The right answer, the right answer. No, of course, I love working with Kimberly because she's a blast, we get along so well, but everybody's so, like, Laura's a very good actress. She plays Carly. You might hate Carly, but Laura's amazing. Yeah, she's a great actress, and she's a really sweet person. She has a lot of fun, and she delivers, and she gives you something to work with all the time. And obviously, Kimberly does the exact same thing. I'm very comfortable with Kimberly. I feel like I can be very open with her. But it was perfect in the beginning because nobody really knew Patrick that well. He was cockier. He was a little more closed off, so I could just kind of put the facade on with her, and it worked. So I don't know if I could be as open with Carly character as obviously he is with Robin, which is a whole new dynamic. But everybody, I think the cool thing about our cast is that there's no real weak links. When you're in a scene with somebody, you know it's going to work a lot of times. Everybody does a good job, so it's comforting as an actor knowing you know that you're going to be okay, no matter who you're working with. Luke and Laura? Yeah, well, I mean, I've obviously heard of them, but I never met. Tony's pretty much a genius. He's great. But and Jeannie, I'd never met Jeannie up until those days, and really, she just sat there and stared at the wall for the first couple of minutes. We didn't really say much to each other. Yeah, they're great. I mean, you know, General Hospital wouldn't be General Hospital if it wasn't for Luke and Laura. We really would.
I have a technical question.
Okay.
Is there a remote chance of moving the microphone cord?
This? No, there isn't. I'm a rookie. I just leave that sitting. Yes, technical again? Do you want me to do that? Can you get the lights down? She is.
Oh, yeah.
When you came on the show, did you have any feeling at the beginning in your heart that you were going to become such a big sensation?
Oh, of course. No. No. You can't. I'm just going to talk to myself. I can't tell other people. But there's no way that I could imagine. I mean, even working consistently. I mean, you sign a contract that you're guaranteed to work once a week. You know, so when I was working 2 times a week, I was like, yeah, this is great. And then, you know, as it progresses and everything else, and like I said, I fell into a great position, and they did write. They wrote Patrick very, very well in the beginning. Even just you hate him. And then they have that little glimmer of hope that, wait a second, is that? Yeah, and I think it was really fun to play.
Those characters are defined in that first scene.
Yeah, well, I love that first scene, and I talked about it before, but I thought it was just perfect for that character and everything else, and for what he brings to the show. And but no, you can't think about that kind of stuff. I never once thought about that kind of stuff, and I honestly, I'm not good enough actor to think about that kind of stuff because I have to concentrate on what I'm doing. So to even think about what was happening on the outside, I mean, I still don't necessarily know because I never look at any of the stuff. And I mean, it's great to come out and talk to everybody and do all that kind of stuff, and the opportunities are there, but you don't really know when you're in your little work bubble. Great things have happened. A lot of things have come up from it for sure, and I'm very, very grateful, but you don't really understand what kind of happens on the outside, you know. So.
A lot of programs are going to invite you about them.
Yeah, do they? Yeah, and you know, some people tell me that, and I just kind of, I don't want to say prefer not to know, but that's stuff that kind of pulls me away from what I'm doing on the show and what we're trying to do, and I don't want to start planning in different directions. You know, I really don't. But I don't really know anything. They kind of tell us a little bit about, like, you know, there's going to be this kind of storyline coming up, but we don't know any details. Like I said, I mean, Monday's script is at home. I have no idea what we're doing yet. I haven't even looked at it yet, so. It's hard, but it's fun. I like working hard. I feel that I'm at my best when I'm working 5 days a week and constantly just, you know, available. Thank you. Quite different. We look a lot alike. Yeah. Well, it was an easier question to answer in the beginning because he was very different. But now he's showing a little more heart, a little more empathy, and that's a little more of like me. It's so cheesy, isn't it? But that's why it was fun in the beginning, because I could just kind of pretend, because I really didn't know what I was doing, and I had to act confident, so it worked. So I had to pretend that I was cool, pretend that I was all this kind of thing, so it just kind of went that direction, and then every once in a while when they brought in the emotional parts of it. But he's, you know, he's a passionate guy. He loves his job and everything else, and I love what I do, and I feel very grateful and to be able to do what I do. And for him, I think he feels the same way. He loves what he does and everything. Obviously, he's got his issues and everything else, but hopefully, like everybody's trying to move forward, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do too, see what comes out. But
How would a hard time traveling?
it depends where I'm at. It depends on where I'm at. Depends, you know. Tyler and I were in Saginaw last weekend, and we went to the casino after and stuff like that. So obviously there's a lot of people there, but majority of the time, no, just another dude with brown hair. Really. And plus, you're in LA. It's hard to see me when Brad Pitt's getting gas beside you. Tell Angelina that. You know what? I see Stuart every once in a while in the hallways because obviously I don't have scenes with him at all anymore. But he's back for as long as they're going to keep him. He's not quite sure, I don't think, and
Yeah, it's a shame they got rid of him.
yeah, well, it is. It's obviously, and the way it went about was just really, I don't know. None of us are really happy about it at all. But thank God he's there and he's having a great time. He's really enjoying the storyline.
They're fun.
Yeah, that's Stuart. That's Stuart there having a good time and just popping off and you know, just riding people. He loves it. He's having a really good time. So it was so sad because he's been there for 30 years. So you go and run scenes with him before some of that. You go into his dressing room and it's like a shrine of stuff. And it's amazing. And to think that, I mean, it was hard to think that that stuff's going to come down. So I'm glad it's still out. Yes.
You ever read a script?
Yeah.
Think, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was. Do you remember the scenes when I went to Vegas and she went out with the girls and they were all drunk?
Yes.
When I was reading the stuff, I'm
Kirby
getting up
Pete.
on the desk and screaming, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so not me. But you get into it, and then you just buy into it, and you go for it, and you know, and it just kind of works its way out. But there's definitely times.
But it was so nice when you talked to Mac and saying how you did that.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, and it was great. But that's another thing is that there's so much history there. So if you just really believe what you're saying, it just comes together. So it's nice. But yeah, there's definitely scenes, and there's definitely times where you read some stuff and you're just like, I'm just not that emotional today. And it's tough, but you know, you just get into it and hopefully you pull it off. Sometimes you're not as good as you want to be. Sometimes you don't feel like it went well, but then you see it and you're surprised by it. So it's nice. Go ahead.
You know what the fun in the sun schedule is this year?
I'm going to Daytona. Kimberly and I are both going to Daytona, actually. What's that? I have no idea. Yeah, I will.
When's Daytona?
You know when Daytona is?
Who?
June,
Kimberly?
July.
No, this isn't John Hospital stuff. This is just me being pompous and coming to talk to everybody. Keep going.
What did you think about the fantasy sequence at the bar when you were with?
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Hated it. It was no fun at all. It's a blast. I mean, 9 a.m. already made out with 3-4 different women. Really, we had a really good time though because it was fun. The girls, I was down in my room when they were going through all the first stuff, doing all their whatever stuff, and I was laughing my ass off sitting there because they were just having so much fun. And then when I went up,
You need my
and
Bluetooth?
obviously we just had a really good time. We all went out for lunch after, and it was just a really really fun time. I mean, it was cool because even for them, they don't get to do that on the show. And then obviously, to come in and just do something completely different than they've ever
You
done.
need
is
to
always
disconnect it. Flip it down.
Who's the best kisser?
Flip that down. Close
Go
it.
ahead.
What's the craziest thing they have you do on the show?
Craziest thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Weirdest thing like you look at it.
Probably the fantasy scene, really. It was pretty crazy.